Welcome, welcome. Just getting on here, man. Just to kind of say what's up. It's been a minute since I've done anything really. Um, I don't know if anybody's getting on. Let's see. I'll pull the typical um, streamer and be like, "Oh, just wait a couple of people." But anyway, what have we been up to? What have we been doing? Where have we been? First of all, let me say that I haven't really recorded anything. I got a new truck in January, and I've just been in it for the most part. I get a little lazy when I get home. I'm still running nothing but Amazon freight for right now. I'm looking to expand my freight, my what we can and can't move. I got one thing I have done. I will say that has been to lease a guy on to me. I got a guy leased under my numbers. It took a while to get it done. We both had gone into it and looked at it, and it was something we had talked about. He wanted to do. He didn't really want to get his numbers right off Jump Street. Known him forever. Uh, we ran containers out of Virginia for 10 years together. He got me on over there. He was actually the first one that helped me get my own truck. He's not super big on me putting his name and stuff like that out there. If you know who he is, then you know who he is. But other than that, I'll leave it, for what it is. But I got a new truck in January. I recorded a little bit, not a whole lot, but I did. Um, it took me a while to get it on. Um, Once I got on, I would go to work. All right. And the problem with me is that I'll go to work for a week, take a couple of weeks off, go to work for 2 or 3 weeks. Excuse me, take a couple of more weeks off, and then it got to a point where when it comes to two people sharing one grade, it can get a little bit dicey at times as far as what you can and can't do, what you can book, how what you know, what you don't know. A few things I've learned since then. I have really dialed in not how to dispute anything. I still don't like disputes when it comes to Amazon, but what I do like is being able to change your timestamps on the fly. Um, you know, it's been so many times. If anybody that runs Amazon, anybody will tell you, grade is everything. It is everything over there. But I think it honestly just kind of depends on what your market is. In Eastern North Carolina, well, I say East. I'm from Eastern North Carolina. There's no Amazons in Eastern North Carolina except for a little flex location out of Kansas, WNC5, and they just loads that come in out of Garner or Virginia sometimes. No, and really not even Virginia. They'll come out of Virginia sometimes, but it is extremely rare that happens. What most everything comes out of Durham or Raleigh and gets shipped into Kinston, and from Kinston the empties will go back up to Virginia. So over the last several months, he and I have been running, I'd say 99%, 98% contract work. It's right now I'm sitting here, I'm stuck, stuck at home with just a crappy load board. I'm gonna pull my screen up here in a minute, and I'm gonna show everybody, all 0 people watching, but it'll get posted later, so you'll get to see it. But we've managed to keep our grade up over 98 over the last, I don't even know how many miles we put in, and it's just kind of honestly, he works when he feels like working. I work when I feel like working. I've been off for 3 weeks. This is going on 4 weeks for me now. I got to get back to work. But the problem is, and what you're about to see is, there's just not anything up there on the actual load board and the contract work. We may book something here in a minute when I get onto it, but we'll figure that out. But one thing I want to go over all my numbers. I'll show. I can't really hide what's up there, so let me Let me jump up here and put this into the stage. So obviously you can see what we've grossed year to date. I don't really have a way of moving my, let's see, let me go over here to this page. All right, so here's what we got. Year to date, our biggest month we thought was June, and in June we did $19,930.51. Right up until we hit July, where we did $30,000. We've had some, and you can see right here where I haven't done anything at all in the month of August yet, and I don't even know what the day is. Today's the 12th, so May we did 16.6, April we did 11.7, 17.3 in March, February we did 15.4. So I mean, we've been on it, but we really haven't been on it. There's a section. Let's go into the performance real quick and just kind of take a look at what we got. We're sitting at a 98.2 on time. A lot of these things, I mean, you look at like app usage, a lot of things happen with app usage over in the month of July that it's just kind of hit us and stuck with us for right now. We're trying to get rid of those. Amazon had I forget what it was. I guess somebody hacked Microsoft or something like that. And one day everything just completely shut down. There was no access to there was no access to the website, so you couldn't go to Google Chrome or Safari and log into the website and view anything that way to get your VRIDs and load ID numbers. So when you pull up to fulfillment center, you had no numbers to give them. And what they would do is they would turn you around, and the next thing you know, it's they're hitting you for being on time and being late because you got no way of giving them any kind of information of why you're even there, other than your license plate number, which 10 times out of 10 they're gonna get on the intercom and ask you what your license plate number is anyway. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Let's go take a look at what this disruption is right here. I don't even know what this is. Driver not assigned for 2 loads. Driver not assigned. This is my guy here. Driver not assigned, driver not assigned. That was on the 23rd. All right. Let's go back to performance. And then let's see. So the app usage just basically comes from when the system went down. I tried to dispute everything. There were 4 or 5 of them. They were all from the same day, all screenshots showing that you're actively trying to get into the system and can't. And I disputed 5 of them. And what I did was I literally disputed one in really, really extreme detail, and then copy and pasted that for the next 4. Well, they approved 2 of them and didn't approve the other 3. So those 3 set on us. On time, let's see what we got for on time. That one's me. I don't even know. Relay app malfunction. That's when it wasn't working again. I filed a dispute for that one. Let's take a look at. Thank you for reaching out, Perm Review. There's no relay support case. So what they did for me here was absolutely nothing. They said because I didn't report it to ROC at the time of it, they wouldn't accept, even though I had all the screenshots for everything. I don't know if, let's see, show more messages. Driver cannot get checked in. See, these are all my screenshots right here. All these are screenshots that I sent them. And driver cannot get checked in at order U1 due to relay app not working. Driver attempted to enter the gate and was turned around as no VRID was available because of the app issue. Driver attempted to use website to provide VRID, but website was also not working. Driver was on site RDU1 as early as 01:57 for standard arrival time of 02:15. Screenshots provided proved driver's attempts at getting app issue resolved, but was unsuccessful. Please note times and screenshots to prove driver was actively working to get things resolved. As time passed, driver was able to get Y+ check-in at 02:44 at At 0244, at 0309, Amazon put out a message stating that they were experiencing widespread issues as shown in screenshot provided. Performance should not have been impacted due to relay not working properly that morning. Let's see if we can figure out which one of these was. Is it going to open? Let's see. Let's see what this does. It might not show up because it's. Let's see. Let's not even worry about it. Let's not even worry about it. Force quit. All right. Let's go back here to the dashboard. I think the mouse is dragging. All right, so here you go. App steps completion. This is what we're looking at. On time, mine was 96.1 because of that. Let's go to my name. Let's just look at this. What are active weeks? I don't want to look at active weeks. I want to look at the whole. I want to look at the whole year. Let's see. I don't know if. Let me see if anybody's over here. Is anybody? Nope, nobody's watching. Nobody's left a comment. Okay. Either way, let's go back over here anyway. See if we can find it. I want to view my dispute. Let's go to trips. And it shows nothing upcoming, nothing in transit, nothing to show here. If that tells you anything. Let's see. Let's go back. I don't know how I found it the one time. Where it literally showed. Let's go to payment, see if it's down there. I want to. That's not it. That's disputes. Let's go back to performance. All right, so it looks like in the last 6 weeks, showing data for the last active 6 weeks. There's one up here, man. I don't remember exactly where I saw it at. Managing resources. Let's go to drop a roster. I don't think that's going to tell us. Nope. Contracts. Nope. Nope, that's not it either. It's going to be down here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Trailing 1 year. Let's go to a trailing 1 year. Here we go. All right. So this shows everything. This is everything we've done over the last active year, which I started in October. He started in February-ish. And you can see, not that he's doing any more or less than me. I mean, our mileage is dead on. We're both doing the same amount of mileage. You know, I just sometimes I'll get some that have, I'll run these contracts where all week I'll have 3 stops on a 13-hour run. Sometimes he'll have 8 stops on a 13-hour run. But the mileage is usually typically the same. I've had some where I've gone from freaking Garner, North Carolina, which is right in dead center of North Carolina, just a little bit east of it, of the center of it, right outside of Raleigh, capital city, all the way down to Augusta, Georgia. Augusta, which is, I don't know exactly, it's kind of northwest-ish of Georgia, and then all the way back down to Savannah, Georgia. From there, I mean, so I'll have 3 or 4 stops in a run that takes 2 days to get done, but there's 200 miles and 300 miles in between each one of them. So that's what we're looking at. This is what we've done: 99.6% on time, 97.1% on time. App steps completion. I don't know where this comes from, because you can't physically complete and finish a run without the app steps being completed. So that makes absolutely no sense. But this is what we're looking at. This is, it's not a lot of mileage. But again, I've taken, God knows it, man, so many weeks off during the beginning, first half of this year that it's just, you know, you don't really get to put the mileage on there that you want. I mean, we've tried a little bit of everything, y'all. We've tried. Let's see, let me take that down. We've tried 37-hour solos. We've tried 13-hour solos. We've tried um, low board. Let's go back. I want everybody to see just what we're looking at for the low board right now. It's shit. Um, it's 100 miles outside of where I live. So 100 miles outside of where I live to try to come back. I'm going to a Panthers game. Not that I'm a Carolina Panthers fan on Saturday with the family, and we've had tickets for a while now. So trying to be back in time for it. Uh, Everything is $1.28 a mile, and they're running empties. I don't really understand it. They're all empties. Um, you look right here, the empty trailer. Um, I don't understand where all these empties are coming from. If no freaking body's bringing them, unless all they're doing is contract work. Um, Fisherville is, God, so far away from my house that even these for $500 by the time I get there. And then you start looking at some of these other ones when you get there. This one's coming out of Kissing going to for $257 to go all the way to Richmond, which is 3 hours away. And then when you get to Richmond, there's nothing there. Another empty trailer, if that empty even exists. I know on my channel I got the videos up there that this one wouldn't be a bad one, but there's no guarantee that I can be back in Charlotte by Saturday. That goes to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I've been up there several times, 5 stars. That's not a terrible rate, but when you look at the base rate of it, it's only $1.02 a mile. That's $767 is not a lot of money. To go hump it, what, 750 miles one way. That's just stupid. I don't really understand how these people get away with it. But here's one going down to Charlotte tomorrow. That doesn't pay too terribly bad, but it's got a container. I don't have container insurance. This one goes to Pooler, Georgia, which is, if I ain't mistaken, that's the one right outside of where, I think that's the one right outside of Augusta. I'm not 100% sure. Let's pull it up and take a look. Let's see, Pooler, Georgia. Oh, it's right outside of Columbia. Okay. Okay, it's right outside of Columbia. So that's still, I mean, that's Pooler, Georgia, right there. Oh, we don't want to go to Russia. Why can I not? Jesus Christ. Let's get a little dumber. So okay, so Pooler's the one right outside of Savannah. So there's Atlanta. Where's Augusta at? Is that one? I didn't mind that one at all. Forest Park. Okay, so there's Augusta. And then Savannah is not there. It's somewhere around here. It's Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. All right, so Augusta's right here. It's about a 200-mile trip. Well, about 100. It's 100-something miles. It didn't take too awful long to get there. I can't really remember. Either way, it's just the shit you got to deal with. This is why I want to be able to find local work. I don't pay for any. And I don't have a trailer, so if anybody says just get a trailer, man, just get a trailer. I don't know who's watching. Leave me a comment if you're watching. I'd like to see who's watching. Ain't but one of you. So it's been back and forth. I saw two people up there earlier, but that's just kind of what the low board looks like. And it's, I mean, honestly, it's just not, it just ain't hitting on nothing. Uh, that's the only 20 that are up there. 200 bucks, 200 bucks, 200 bucks, 200 bucks. This is an hour and a half from the house. What do you want? ORF2 and ORF3, or, you know, I mean, look at this, 10 stops for 300 bucks. 10 stops for 300 bucks. 947 a mile. ORF2 to Suffolk, but 10 stops, 300 bucks. They can, this 947 a mile, they can say it all they want, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of what we've been up to, man. Just doing our best to survive, get through it. Hopefully, we get through this election, get a new administration in here that actually cares about truck drivers. Something's got to be done about brokers. If not, then don't be surprised if your boy turns into a damn broker, because if the way it kind of works is, my understanding is, customer has something he wants shipped, calls a broker, says, hey, I'll give you $2,000, and I got this load and needs to be done for $2,000. The broker's going to say, all right, don't worry about it, take care of it. They're going to take $1,200, or they're going to take $1,200 right off Jump Street, call you up and be like, hey, I got a load for you for 800 bucks. And they're doing this a dozen or more times a day. But they're raking in money hand over fist, man. So I don't know. I need to figure out how to get into doing something, but I got to get my ass back on the road. But it's just really hard to get on the road when everything on the low board pays 200 bucks. I'm trying to find work so I can go back tomorrow. My truck hadn't moved. Today's what, Monday? My truck hasn't moved since, my calendar is going to take forever to pull up. Date back 3 weeks. A week before the last week of June or July is the last time my truck ran. It's way too long. The money you get, let's see. Let's go to the month. I haven't ran my truck since July 21st. And it is the 12th. I mean, I gotta get my ass on the road, man. So, not real sure what we're gonna do. But if anybody's got connections, man, I'm not afraid to, pull the name drop card. I'd like to find some power only stuff. My kid started driving. He's 19. He just turned 19 in March. He got his license in February. He's driving got him a job driving a quad axle 18-speed dump truck for a guy locally here. He gets paid by the hour. Doesn't get paid shit an hour. It's like 15 bucks an hour. And it's not the experience he wants. So I got the, you steady got to be reminding him, hey, look, man, it's the experience that you got to get. You're not going to get this experience if you go back to the golf course or go somewhere else. But I'm also not going to let him get treated like shit neither. So I didn't raise him that way. I raised him to stand up for himself, same way I do, same way I would expect anybody else to do. But he can do what he wants to do. But before he ever comes to work for me, when he turns 21 years old, when he can finally cross state lines, unless I can find something locally here, he's going to have to, if he leaves what he's doing and goes somewhere else to drive, that's fine. If he doesn't, goes back to where he was, golf course management, which he was really good at. And they're begging him to come back, for a reason. So if that's what he wants to do, that's fine too. I'm not opposed to my kid doing anything. I don't make my kid do anything. I didn't even know he wanted to be a truck driver. The kid rode with me one time when he was 9 years old and had the worst time of his life. All he did was sleep. He slept in the bunk the whole day. It was a quick day trip back up to the port of Virginia. It's a couple hours away from here, 3 hours, whatever. And after that day, I'd asked him, hey, man, you want to ride with me again? You want to ride with me again? He said, no, I don't want to ride. It's boring. It's boring out there. And I never heard nothing. The kid graduates with a 3.8 GPA, and I knew what his grades were. And I asked him, "Hey, I ain't heard you talk about college at all, man. Where have you filled applications out there?" He said, "I don't. I'm not going to college, man. I want to come drive for you." And I was, you got to be 21. He's like, "Yeah, I know. I'll find something." He said, "But I've already got school lined up. I'm going to get my CDLs in January. I think it was. He went this year. Got a CDL, graduate top of his class, man. He ran half the class. Just threw a two-way radio inside the truck when they were um, doing a driving portion of it. I know several people dropped out. He was the only one in the class that on the first day when I asked, who wants to test in a manual and who wants to test in an automatic, he was the only one that said he wanted to test in a manual, didn't want to test in an automatic. And then every time he'd call me up just just beside himself, and I don't blame him, man. When you got guys taking 45 minutes to do a 90-degree back in a dirt parking lot, and he does it on the first try, and the next thing you know, he's stuck sitting around for 2 hours before he gets to go again. Hey man, I paid my money too. Let's go. But that's part of being 19 years old and getting out here and choosing to just kind of bypass the last part of your childhood, man. Go live a little bit of life in college, new towns, new people. If that's even where it would have ended up, I have no idea. He probably would have stayed right here and went to the community college, which is fine too. Whatever, man. I love him. I'm proud of him. Um, but I'm trying to build this thing up to, my wife, put it to you like this. My wife may be coming on pretty soon to try to help me build a little clientele. And at least if nothing else, I can't really do things when I'm out on the road. Um, and try to put myself in front of people that are locally here to, work that would bring us home every day. Um, if I can find something locally and figure out how, if nothing else, just get somebody to tell me, all right, this is what we need you to do. This is how many trucks we need you to have, or how many people. Because I know plenty of people, and getting somebody to lease on's not a hard thing to do. I've got everything set up to get people leased on, but nobody wants to stay out over the road for a week at a time to go make the money you can make. You can make $5 grand a week over here, but you're gonna be gone for 6 days. Then you got to book the contract to get it. It's just, and if you decide if your truck breaks down, if it decides it don't want to work, if you decide you don't want to work one day, there ain't no, there's been a couple of times where, my guy called me up, he'll say, "Hey man, you know, I booked the contract, but you don't have anything and I got something I got to do. Can you handle this for me?" Yeah, I'll run it for you. Cause then you just assign a different driver and going about your business. But, I'm trying to find local work. I don't know how easy it's going to be. I don't know how to really do it, but hopefully in the next month or so, some things about to shift around our house anyway. So as far as careers are concerned, and maybe my wife can, you know, take some time to put us in front of the right people. I mean, who wants to talk to me when they can talk to her? I can tell you, I'm married way outside of my league. That's for damn sure. So I can't think of a back room at a warehouse or a farm that somebody wants to see my ugly fat ass and instead of her. But that's where we've been. That's what we've been doing. Um, it's really kind of all it is to it. I don't know if anybody. I know there's two people up here now. I can't really see who it is or nothing like that because it just, my screen just looks like my screen. Um, I don't get to see anything. Let's see if I can show you what it looks like. This is just kind of what my screen looks like. But if anybody's got any questions, if either one of you guys have questions, real quick, while I'm sitting up here, um, pop them up, man. I'll do my best to answer. If you just want to say, hey, you just want to tell me I'm doing a shitty job, tell me I'm doing a shitty job. I gotta do something. I gotta get back on. I gotta get back on here. I like doing this. I need somebody up here with me. If anybody's interested in doing a podcast, let me know. I can run a podcast from the truck. I can run it from right here at my desk. I mean, obviously, I got everything already set up, but I don't know if you guys just don't want to talk to me or not. If you don't, go fuck yourself. So anyway, I guess that's gonna do it, man. I still don't have any. Let's see. This is the only comment I got. It's from StreamYard. Live viewer comment. Show up on StreamYard. This is just an example. Click on a comment to show it on the screen. But nobody wants to show me. I'll hide that comment. So anyway, whoever you two are, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. A whole lot of nothing. That's for damn sure. But I'll get on here and I'll update it every once in a while. Ain't a whole lot to do, but I gotta get back on the road. Matter of fact, before we leave, let's go back up here and look at this load board. Let's see if we can get anything else. Where's mine? I don't want to do that. Oh, there it is right there. Last updated 14 minutes ago. All right, let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. Etna, Ohio. That's a new one that just popped up. Pool, Georgia wouldn't be terrible, but $1.55. I got to do something, though, man. I just don't want to drive 2.5 hours up there. I'd rather come out of RDU5 or RDU1. If this was closer to the end one, it's got the container, so I can't do it. Who's trying to talk to me down here? Chat with relay assistant. Ooh, what is this? Pick up in Chesapeake. Tuesday, drop off in Memphis, 900 miles. I don't want to go to Memphis. I don't want to go to Memphis. I want to drive my truck through the damn mountains in a chat session. Nice. I guess that's new. Maybe that's what my man was talking about the other day. I'd like to go to Dallas. I'd like to get paid more than $1.62 a mile to go, and you got special services. Let's see what these special services are. And you're gonna have this. That's gonna be a 40,000-pound load going all the way. I mean, 1,200 miles. Come on. What's the special services? Swing is just a swing door trailer. It's not terrible. Anyway. All right, I got a feeling my kids are behind me. Still ain't no comments up there. Nobody's watching. This is it. For the two people that did watch, I appreciate you. Let's see, you want to see?